has begun. With the weather soon heating up, we're now in that perfect time frame to head out and eat in Boston. And joining us now are Basil and Louis Fredurra of the Daily Catch, which is one of the best spots in town for seafood and pasta. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
Thank you. Pleasure.
All right, so today we're making Lobster Fra Diavolo, which is my favorite dish that you guys make. Just tell our folks what that is.
So the Lobster Fra Diavolo is a signature dish of the Daily Catch. It's something that we've been known for years. It's a spicy seafood tomato sauce with lobster, clams, mussels, shrimp, calamari over pasta.
And it's all live here, by the way. So we're making this completely fresh here on set. And we'll get into some of the products in a moment. But let's start making the Lobster Fra Diavolo. Basil, what's the key to making this dish?
So obviously you need to have very fresh seafood. Okay, live lobster.
Which we have.
Local, the highest quality seafood available. And really it's just our signature sauce, which it's not just a regular red sauce. It's simmered for 24 hours with lobster bodies and crabs, and it's just got a ton of flavor already in it. So once that cooks with all this fresh seafood, that's what makes it unique.
And I can attest to the flavor. Again, I've had it several times. It's one of my favorite dishes in town. So, okay, so let's get it started. What's the first thing we have to do?
Sure, so we're gonna take our pan and we're gonna turn it on high heat, okay? I always cook on high because you wanna cook seafood very fast, right? Quick and fast, at least shellfish. So we're gonna get that going on high heat, okay? And as that pan's getting hot, we're gonna add some olive oil, okay? Extra virgin Italian olive oil. Then we're gonna add our garlic, just finely minced garlic. Okay, we use domestic garlic, California grown. Makes a big difference. So we're gonna get that in the pan. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spice it up with some crushed red pepper. Okay?
And can you do it spicy and not spicy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the level of spice is really just determined by how much crushed pepper you put in.
Yep.
So I always put just a couple, even if I want it mild, because it's not going to give it too much spice, but it's going to give it some essence and flavor.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the spice, but I know it could be different for everybody.
So once we get that going, we're going to add our little neck clams. Okay, these take the longest to cook. So we're going to get that going in the pan. Just kind of stir it up.
I smell it already.
I can smell it. It smells so good. Why do they take so long to cook?
Just because they're alive, they're very hardy,
Yep.
right? They're still in their shell. You know, they're feeling that heat, and they're just tightening up and just waiting to see what's gonna happen next.
All right, so Basil, he's gonna start preparing the lobster right now. All right, let's add in the lobster now into the Lobster Fra Diavolo.
So our garlic's gotten nice and fragrant, okay? Got a little bit of color on it, so we're gonna take our nice fresh lobster. We're gonna just kind of put that all into the pan, okay?
Oh, it smells so good. I wish everybody at home watching this could smell this happening right now. It smells so delicious.
All you have to do is take one step in the Daily Catch, and there you are. You can smell it.
Okay, so that's kind of coming together. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our nice, delicious white wine, and we're gonna deglaze the pan.
And what's the purpose of the white wine there?
It's just to help deglaze that garlic that's starting to caramelize.
Yep.
Okay, and just give it a little bit of sweetness and a little more flavor. So after we deglaze, then we're gonna add our lobster infused signature tomato sauce.
Oof.
Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're just gonna add a couple of scoops of this.
Oh, it looks so good.
You are.
So as this is all simmering together, and those clams start to open and that lobster starts to cook, all the flavors and juices from that seafood are gonna go into this sauce, and that's what gives it its delicious flavor.
Oh, it looks so good.
So we're gonna add our tomato sauce, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of put a lid on it, and we're gonna let that just continue to cook.
All right, we are back here with Basil and Louis Fredurra of the Daily Catch. We are making Lobster Fra Diavolo. We've let this baby cook for about 5 minutes. Let's now open up the pan so you can see what it looks like. The smell is fantastic, Basil. This looks so good. All right, tell us what's next. And you're doing some work right now with it. What are you doing?
Yep, so we're just gonna go and make sure that the seafood is cooking and not overcooking, and making sure everybody's nice and happy in that pan. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our seafood. So we're gonna add some nice Maine mussels, okay? Just gonna kind of sprinkle those in the pan. We don't wanna overcrowd anything, okay? Then we're gonna go and add some domestic shrimp. Okay, we're gonna just kind of sprinkle that in there as well. And then we're gonna add the calamari. This is calamari that we process in-house on the Boston Fish Pier. It's local squid, 100% product of the USA, domestic product, chemical free. It's really the best quality squid on the market.
All right, so just to recap the seafood that we have in there right now. So
Yep.
we have the lobster, obviously, which you picked up.
Correct.
We have the clams.
Correct.
We have the mussels.
Correct.
We have the shrimp, and now we have the calamari.
That is correct. So now that all our seafood is in the pan, we're gonna go ahead and cover it back up to let the rest of that shellfish just continue to cook and make that sauce get delicious.
I want to ask about your parents again, Paul and Maria, and we got to give Maria a shout out as well, your guys' mother, because she was a part of the making of this restaurant. How proud are they of you guys that you have now taken on the family legacy and carried it on here to this very day?
I don't think they could be happier to see what we're doing now and the vision that we still have moving forward. And they're still both involved. They'll never, let us go on without their opinions. But no, I think they couldn't be happier with what we're doing today.
So yeah, it looks like this is pretty much done at this point. We've already started cooking our pasta. We're gonna go ahead and pick that pasta up, and we're gonna go ahead and plate this dish.
And how do you know at this point it's done?
It's really just once all the seafood has become opaque, the lobster tail is curled, the clams and mussels have opened, and the lobster is nice and bright red.
Now, we use some white wine for the dish itself. Would you guys suggest having white wine with a dish like this, or would you go red? What do you guys think?
You could go both ways. We like to specialize in Sicilian wines because that really pairs well with our cuisine. So a nice Sicilian wine like this Etna Bianco, or also some other reds from Sicily will pair beautifully with this.
And now Basil, he's got the pasta.
Yep, so we've got our nice linguine pasta, cooked nice and al dente, and our Lobster Fra Diavolo is fully cooked, and it's showtime. It's time to plate this dish up.
Ah, well.
So what we're
let's
gonna
see
do
it.
is just shut it off, and we're gonna just go and just kind of strain our pasta out. Okay. Usually I have a strainer, but on set here, you work with what you got.
We made it a little bit, the degree of difficulty a little higher for you.
I can cook this dish with my eyes closed.
There you go.
So, we've got our linguine into the lid of the dish that we were cooking. And then at this point, we're gonna go ahead and add some
Oh,
sauce.
that just looks great. Now, why the sauce first?
So that we can coat the pasta.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't stick together and be a big clump. So we're just gonna kind of coat that pasta with some of our sauce, make a nice mound, and then we're gonna go ahead and arrange this shellfish nice and organized. So start with the head of the lobster. We're gonna take these beautiful lobster claws. We're just gonna go ahead and arrange the tails now.
That's so neat the way you do this. Now, can I just ask while you're doing this, how did you come up with the order for how to do it?
It's just about making it look good.
Okay.
And it also has to be easy to eat.
Yep.
Right? Anybody can make things beautiful on a plate, but then it's not the easiest thing to eat. So not only does it have to look good, but it also has to essentially function good.
It looks
when
good.
You eat it.
Just to give you that affirmation, it looks delicious.
Thank you. So we've got our mussels and clams kind of arranged, okay, in a circle there. Then what we're gonna do is just kind of dump the rest of that goodness there. That's our nice spicy Fra Diavolo sauce with the shrimp, calamari, all kind of come together there. You gotta bang the pan. So then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go find that big nest of linguine. We're gonna just go and get that and kind of bring it up. Give it a couple of nice twists to show it off.
Yep, and that's just to make it look.
It's to show that there's linguine there, but
Okay.
it's also where you serve the pasta from.
Wow.
Instead of having to fish through this dish, so you've got your pile of linguine, all that beautiful seafood around it, in that spicy Fra Diavolo sauce. And then what we do next is we just kind of garnish it with some Italian parsley and just a little bit of Romano cheese, just to give it a little contrast. And there you have it. You've got the Daily Catch world famous Lobster Fra Diavolo.
Let's go ahead and taste it.
Would you like me to serve you something?
Yes,
Or you want to go right out of the pan?
whatever you
Right
think
out
is
of the
best.
pan.
Right out of the pan. Why
Luigi,
not?
get him a fork.
Let's do it. And this is how you would eat it at the restaurant too. It would be in a pan.
Absolutely. And a plate, Louis, if he needs it.
What a treat. What a treat. Delicious.
Just as you remember?
Just as I remember. Just as I remember. My wife is going to be so jealous that I got to do this today. I'm going to get a little bit of calamari.
That calamari going.
Yep. All right, we got Basil, Louis Fredurra from the Daily Catch. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I'm going to continue to work through this bite as I sign off here, but thank you so much. This is, again, Lobster Fra Diavolo from the Daily Catch.
Mangi calamari.